Good evening again, and welcome to another episode of Gotham by Night. We are now in continuation of a little reunion between, uh, let's say, former lovers Nathaniel and Tatiana at her office at the Velvet Rose. And after all the drama that happened with William and Creed, after they had all left, there is a bit of a catching up that these two need to do because 15 years is quite a long time. So,
The Nathaniel just he's like literally like he's not sitting. He's like I think like she was near her desk.
no, they were on the couch.
They were he like his hand was on like still on her shoulder, and he just immediately asks,
No, at
"Should I
the
be?"
end, they were like hugging pretty
Oh yeah,
much.
they were hugging. Sorry. After hugging, after the hugging ends, he says, "Should I be worried about your friend?"
It's a bit of a complicated issue at the moment. Um, there is, of course, a blood bond going on. It wasn't necessarily my intention, but now you do know the weakness of our blood and what it can cause. I will explain to him how things are. I do care about him, but it's not, you know, it's not the same way that it was with you, not even close. I barely know him, he barely knows me. I do
He
trust
acted.
him, however.
I kind of got that he didn't know you that well because the way he acted. Don't get me wrong. I still normally I would have acted very differently to someone who touches me or glares at me all the time. I don't like those looks. I don't allow those looks. But for you, and I know how you care about how you don't like rudeness, therefore I resisted the urge of.
Well, it's not totally his fault, he can't really help it. I suppose we both are to blame for that. But let's say that we are both quite in trouble with our respective kinds, families, call it what you will.
Hmm,
And until that's resolved, we have to at least stick together. Make sure we both survive, let's say. I don't expect him to hold resentment towards you once he actually knows the situation.
Now I don't want to. He kind of like doesn't finish his wording. He bites his lips and then he takes a deep breath and says, I can make this longer and longer about explaining and understanding. But I came back for a reason, and that reason is you. 15 years ago, there was a chance of something great, and it was destroyed by others. Now I don't have those reasons holding me back.
It's been 15 years. We both have changed, and well, I can't say that my feelings have changed towards you. I still need to. get to know you again. You still need to get to know me again. The new me, the new you. And I
Then I
want
will.
that.
He doesn't cut her off. Actually, that's. I thought you were done. I apologize, but he nods. I do want to know you as well. This 15 years is a long time. But
Indeed.
you, but I want to say that you were still beautiful, or actually more beautiful than you were. And I thought that was an impossible thing to achieve.
Well, freedom is a hell of a drug.
What is hell of a drug?
Freedom.
I agree that if the freedom makes you more beautiful, then I will make sure that you are always free. In a way
Well,
you want, of course.
well, it did take some work to get there, and to be honest, I don't know if I'm fully free from him, but at least he doesn't control me. I have my own life. I make my own decisions. I don't allow people to mistreat me or disrespect me.
I don't do that as well.
You never did.
My apologies. I meant that the I don't let others disrespect
Oh,
me as well. But
yeah.
I let it slide this time.
Well, we just have to wait it out. The bond will diminish soon, very soon.
He holds her hand and like looks in her eyes. When it comes to you, I am impatient.
I know, but then again, I don't want any harm coming either to you or to him. You might even like him if you get to know him under better circumstances. But apart from that, as an ally, he's very useful and helpful. I just need to make sure I don't fade from him again.
What does your feeling does?
Well, it creates mutual addiction. Now, the thing is, things have been happening, so let's say the situation has gotten out of hand with William. I didn't expect it would, but there it was. It was just a little slip. It's all it took.
I understand.
And after I had first fed from him, then it was just a matter of time before I'd sleep again, and more things happened, and I found myself in a very vulnerable state. And incidentally, he came to visit. It's easy to find comfort in something you already know.
He's listening. He doesn't seem jealous, but he says, I know the need to find comfort. I know how hard is it to find someone that you can find comfort.
Well, the truth of the matter is, I actually trust him a lot. He has never misled me. He always promised to keep me safe, and he has done just that, even before we became bound. And he has shared things that he wouldn't normally share with anyone, things that I could use against him if I was so inclined. Not that I am, or will I be, but sharing is difficult among our kinds.
I don't know what he knows what he is, so he's gonna say, I understand and I agree. It is hard. You speak about this man like you care a lot about him.
I do care about him.
Then I will not do anything against him. Your wishes
Um,
are important to me. So does your happiness.
what's important to me is be able to have friends and allies. It's a very interesting time. Apparently, there are a lot of people who wish to see me, I don't know, fail, gone, who knows.
He gives a side smile, like a very crooked smile, and he says, Kitty, do you just want him to be your ally and friend?
Hmm, that's a tough question.
What did she say, sorry?
That's a tough question
I
because
am
my
known to ask
mind,
tough questions.
well, my mind isn't exactly clear. And to be honest, I never had a lack of lovers, but I don't know if I'm being honest with you. I don't know
I
if it's just the thrill or the prospect or being in trouble or being a rebel for it, or if I actually want him as a lover. It's strange.
I never lacked lovers as well. But there are lovers, and there is those who you love.
Hmm. Well, I loved you. I can't say the same about William. I know I care about him, but love is a strong word.
I loved you as well.
So you see, things are a bit different. What I found in you is something that I terribly missed. And I suppose with William, I feel secure, safe, but that can very well be an illusion. Because just being with him has put me in danger, both me and him, from both sides. So it's a double edged sword.
Being with others from other kind is always going to cause problems in our society, and I'm sure it will cause in society. Our societies are known as enemies. The all the cinema and every lore in this universe puts werewolves and vampires against each other. But that doesn't mean you can't be friend with him. If nobody knows, nobody knows.
Apparently, now everyone knows. This is at least what I have learned. I know that on his side, a challenge has been issued to him. He has to take part in a duel, and I don't know what the prospects of that are. And I know that some of the Elysium have been riled up about it as well. That's what Creed told me.
Hmm. The Elysium only cares about one thing. When someone fails, they like to talk shit about that person. This will be forgotten in the next 6 months when someone else fails.
But I haven't failed in anything.
I agree.
Actually, I consider this more of an asset. He is, after all, a very powerful ally to have.
He is.
Maybe this is what bothers them.
The one of the things about having a verbal friend may be that you have a strong bodyguard or strong friend that can protect you and scare the vampires. To be honest, I understand if this is not something you wanted to have, as in him being blood bonded to you.
Yes, that was this thing's getting out of hand. I am trying a lot to avoid this, but the situation at the moment is pretty dire.
I will see what I can do. I'm new, but everyone has a price. Everyone has things that they want. We will see what we can do.
Well, for now, there are a few things. At the moment, he's staying at my guest room.
Oh,
William, and he has to figure out what to do with his family because there are some complications that happened.
hmm.
And we're also dealing with. Have you heard of the Riddler?
OOC, is Riddler common knowledge?
Um, do you have any points in academics or occult or something like
I
this?
have one in academics.
Well, maybe do what is it?
The crime, criminal.
Intelligence academics, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You might know him as Edward Nigma. He's
One success. I have one success.
yeah, I guess you probably have heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
Of Blair of the name.
He's the criminal.
He's an insane genius, that's what he is. But what we have learned lately, apart from the fact that he has targeted all of us, is that he has been running experiments on supernaturals, including Kindred. So we're also tracking him. Then I guess what all started it was a murder that happened in here,
Hmm.
perpetrated by a demon, no less. I wouldn't have found this information if not for William. and his mother has promised to help us with dealing with this demon. I don't really know much about these creatures or entities, whatever they are, but many things are happening, and I haven't been in my I haven't been at my best lately.
Then you need a rest.
I need to resolve these things so I can perhaps enjoy some peace and quiet and just run my club like I wanted.
I can't solve your problems immediately,
I wouldn't ask
but
you
I
to.
can offer you peace and rest and quiet.
What you can offer me is your company. A terrible waste our talks.
He side smiles because like that's exactly what it was offering his company. And he like his other hand also like gets an on her hand and he keeps her hands like her hand in between his hands.
Well, yeah, it's something that he finds very comforting
Hmm.
and comfortable at the same time. Like something that she knows and something that she used to know at least and has actually, what's the word, coveted. Yeah, for quite some time.
His hand like goes to her hair and like he puts like her hair between, but not between, sorry, back of her ear, which was probably something he was doing when he was a ghoul as well. It's like something that allows him to see her face more clearly, that he likes to see her face more clearly. And he says, I missed you.
I missed you too, terribly. You don't know how lonely it has been. Like, fine, you can find lovers, you can find friends, you can find people to party with, socialize. But I haven't found anyone that could connect to the same level. Couldn't find anyone who could listen and understand what I'm saying and converse, I suppose. Well, I guess we are a rare kind.
The his smile does not fade, but there's a bit of sadness on his face. It's been a torture to be someone's plaything for 15 years or 20 years.
I know.
And unable to see you. It was not just lonely, but every day I hated myself for being what I was, unable to do the things I want to do and doing things that someone else told me to do so.
Neither of us had chosen this fate, and our sires haven't been the kindest, to say the least. You know, I thought that choosing me just for being his pretty doll, it was petty. Do you know why he chose greed?
Why?
He was someone else's goal. He turned him so that the other person wouldn't be able to. He
Hmm.
didn't care. He didn't care to teach him anything. He just used him to try and reel me back in, which of course didn't work, but you know, I did fail with greed. I wasn't able to instill any of my own values in him. I guess deep down he's not bad. He's good and he's caring, and I guess sometimes he slips and he's actually quite nice. But other than that,
What makes you think that he is doing something wrong?
he's a criminal, Nate.
He nods.
He's, he's selling drugs to people. You know how I feel about that.
I know,
I,
Kitty.
re- I rejected my own family for that. And the irony of fate, it just won't ever let me go, it seems. And it's not like I have a problem with his addiction. I know that this is what he needs to survive. I just would prefer if he would do something else with his life, his own life, rather. I
I won't.
know. Go ahead, please.
I'm just. I know that you're disgust towards the criminal life. But was he pushed to that life? Was he did it because he had no choice? Was he is he still doing it because it allows him to remain alive, or he does it because he enjoys feeding people with drugs? That's something we should, or not me maybe, because this is your family business, but you should look into.
I don't know, but he has chances. He has potential to do better. It's just that this is the life that he enjoys. This is the life he chose, I suppose. I don't know if it was 100% him choosing that or his non-sire. But, well, he doesn't fail to attempt to annoy me any chance he gets, that's for sure. He knows I have a soft spot for him.
Hmm.
In any
Maybe if he wants,
case,
he can come to my. If you want, maybe he can come to my clinic, and I can talk to him to understand.
well, convincing him to do that won't be that easy.
I can be convincing. He smiles.
Oh, and he can be too. And I believe that what he's doing is trying to recruit people for whatever he wants to do, apart from finding the Riddler, of course. I know that he wants to do some other things that I may not necessarily approve of.
As I have said, if you only want me to, I can try to talk. But I don't, again, don't want to enter your family business because it is your business after all.
Well, it is his business. If he's willing to talk to you, I'm not gonna stay in the way. Just be careful. He can be a little devil.
He didn't met me yet. He smiles because he also thinks that he can be a devil.
Mm. I may actually like this new overconfident Nate.
You were honest with me. I think it's my time to be honest with you. When I was embraced, I thought that this was going to end, but then I realized it's not. She's still keeping me bonded to her and making sure I don't do anything that she doesn't want me to do.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Every day I see in weird dreams, and he takes a deep breath because this is like not something he likes to talk.
Well, she will put her hand on his face and look him in the eye, like with a look that shows kind of understanding or empathy. That says that it's okay.
Mhm.
You can talk to me about anything, pretty much.
And every night I have seen these weird dreams, and someone talked to me in my dream. I don't remember who or what did, and I told I will do anything and pay any price for being free. After a week, my sire died.
How did that happen?
We were going outside of Gotham. I was not. I'm not. Was not. I was usually outside of Gotham. From time to time, we would come back. Sometimes Metropolis, other cities. But the car was attacked at night, and someone mysterious just asked me what would I pay to be free, and he said that he heard me. And I said that I already told you what I would do for being free. And he let me go, and just said, "You owe me." I don't know who this person is, but I'm willing to find out.
Well, I just hope the price isn't too much to pay. But for what it's worth, at least you're free and rid of her. Finally. You know what I had to do?
Tell me.
Well, I know that may sound outrageous, but I actually went to the prince and asked him to make it so that my sire is forced to release me.
You owe to the prince now?
Oh no, that was a long time ago. That was almost right after he broke us up. I just had enough. This was just the last drop.
He nods and smiles.
And well, the prince often shuns me in public because that's what he's supposed to do. After all, I'm way too progressive for the likes of Invictus, and people don't like that. But in private, I do have his ear.
Mictus is full of people who does not admit and who's confident about their powers. And they do not admit that they're there because they like feeling privileged. And this society of rich and privileged people does work time to time.
Well, it would work better, I believe, if there was less backstabbing, but that's just me.
He nods. They backstab each other because they like to talk shit about each other and how the others failed, and look prestigious by doing so.
Well, that's the thing in that regard. I'm an easy target. Or so they think. Because after all, I still am Invictus, and I will not be conquered.
He takes a deep breath.
I do have a meeting with him, with the prince.
Soon?
Yes. I believe it has something to do with William and whatever punishment I have to endure for it. Well, I guess I can try and whistle my way out as I have many other times, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. I have bigger fish to fry, let's say.
Hmm. He nods and he says, "You sound very grown up. You were already sounding very grown up, but now even more."
Well, I did manage to make all this by myself. When I wasn't anymore shackled, I could grow. And I'll tell you, it wasn't easy. Being berated daily for 10 years, well, it takes a toll. But now I'm worshipped. I'm loved. I'm successful. And almost untouchable. So I guess I have to thank him for bringing me so low that I would rise so high that he can probably not see me anymore.
I am happy that I am this way, thanks to my sire.
Mm.
And thanks to my sire, I know the value of freedom and meaning of life even more.
Yes, freedom and survival. I do try, however, to steer clear of his tactics. I refuse to be anything like he was, is still. I manage myself to be pretty fair. At least I try to be.
I
Oh,
am. He smiles and Tatiana and says, "I'm I don't know if I am fair, but I can say I can be loyal to those who I care. You certainly are one of them.
Well, this is one of the things I do value, and I've always been loyal to you. That isn't going to change.
Other than your sires or anyone that you don't like or you think that is going to be a problem.
Hmm, perhaps, but I'm gonna need to get some answers on that.
This Dr. William, no, Dr. Klaus. Is he
Yes.
one of us? I didn't feel, but maybe he has obfuscate.
No, he's not one of us. He's something like an angel, I suppose.
Hmm.
But let's keep this between the two of us. He's not very open about it.
I'm going to meet with him soon to talk about maybe opening him a place where he can work. I like
Oh,
creating business with people. I want to have like my own clinic where I can feed very easily.
well, that makes sense.
Thank you. If you want, it can be as he looks around at this building and says, right in front of this place.
I wouldn't mind that at all. But regarding Dr. Class, hmm, I think he is very kind. He genuinely wants to help. I think that's the reason why he's working at Planned Parenthood instead of a big private hospital or anything like that.
I will give him the chance to create his own place and to help the way he wishes to help.
Well, creating opportunities is what we do best.
I agree. This is your house now?
No, I have one in the suburbs. Unfortunately, for the time being, it's a bit occupied. As I said, William is staying there for a few days.
Well, we can always go to mine. He side smiles again.
Why must you tempt me?
Because you're worth it.
That's true, but I still have to resolve things. Hmm.
What did she say?
That needs to resolve things.
What are you going to do
That's
today other than being with me here? I am not interested in sending you away from here because I have just found you. So I'm offering you to be in a way where we can be more free. We can go my house, rest, be happy, have fun, remember old days and talk. As I can see, we have 6 more hours, and I don't want to waste any more second, or others can hear us.
well, I can't really say no to that. It's been too long.
He gets up and walks outside to his car with her, I presume.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Okay. Um, would you like to end the scene there?
Why, we'll end the scene with the two guards' baffled faces looking at each other like, where is he going without us? Weird. But yeah, let's end it there. Thank you, players, for playing and watchers for watching. This has been another episode of Gotham by Night. See you again the next time.